Hey guys, today on People Now, former Stormy Daniels attorney Michael Avenatti charged with fraud and allegedly extorting Nike for millions. We have details.
A FaceTime call becomes a hot topic in Bethenny Frankel's custody battle. Find out what she says happened during the call.
This year marks 20 years since The Sopranos premiered. Steve Schirripa is here talking about the series' staying power and his new comedy project. 24-karat magic in the air. There you go. Okay.
This Is Us actress Eris Baker spills the beans about her castmates and what we can expect in the upcoming season 3 finale.
We're doing our best to whip up Lorraine Toussaint's recipe in the kitchen. Yummy, but thanks to us, maybe not so pretty.
Ugly food is delicious.
I mean, you can still eat ugly food. Which is
I do it all the time.
Me too.
Terrible cook.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Calling everyone with a sweet tooth. Have you ever felt like your Reese's peanut butter cup was maybe missing a little something?
Yeah, well, we have some news for you. If that sounds like something that you agree with, Reese's has debuted 2 new peanut butter cups, one with extra chocolate, the other with extra peanut butter, which is very exciting.
And Suzanne, our booker, and all things.
Well, these are regular ones.
These are regular.
This one has extra peanut butter.
We have some we're going to kind of break down and get into all of it.
But I think it's cool because the peanut butter ones actually have the kind of the shell layer, peanut butter at the top. We'll get into all the details a little later in the show. For now, we want to know, which would you want more of?
Or just give me all of them. We'll check in on those results in a little, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today.
For the entirety of my career, I have fought against the powerful people and powerful corporations. I will never stop fighting that good fight. I am highly confident that when all of the evidence is laid bare in connection with these cases, when it is all known, when due process occurs, that I will be fully exonerated and justice will be done.
Huge story here. That's lawyer Michael Avenatti speaking to media after being released from a Manhattan federal court on a $300,000 personal recognizance bond, being charged for allegedly extorting Nike for millions of dollars. According to the New York Times, 48-year-old Avenatti allegedly approached a meeting Monday with Nike executives, hoping to leave with payment in a trade-off for evidence he claimed to have regarding alleged misconduct of company employees in the recruitment of college basketball players. However, Avenatti instead left in FBI custody. Now, that came hours after Avenatti tweeted that he'd be holding a news conference to reveal damaging information about Nike. Allegedly, he planned to call off the conference if the sportswear company agreed to pay his client $1.5 million and agreed to hire both himself and another person named in the charges as co-conspirator number 1 for an additional $15 to $25 million to conduct an internal investigation. Stay with me on this and we'll kind of follow along. Once everything was released, Avenatti took to Twitter right away at around 3 a.m. Eastern time, saying, "I want to thank all of my supporters for your kind words and support today. It means a lot to me. I'm anxious for people to see what really happened. We never attempted to extort Nike, and when the evidence is disclosed, the public will learn the truth about Nike's crime and cover-up." That was his statement after being released, and Avenatti also continued tweeting specifics in regards to this Nike case, alleging that Nike has been withholding documents in a case being conducted by federal agents. Nike released a statement on Tuesday as well. They said Nike will not be extorted or hide information that is relevant to a government investigation. Nike has been cooperating with the government's investigation into NCAA basketball for over a year. When Nike became aware of this matter, Nike immediately reported it to federal prosecutors. When Mr. Avenatti attempted to extort Nike over this matter, Nike, with the assistance of outside counsel, aided the investigation. Nike firmly believes in ethical and fair play, both in business and sports, and will continue to assist the prosecutors. That's Nike's statement. In a press conference on Monday, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Jeffrey Berman, announced the charges against Avenatti in a timeline between March 19th and March 21st. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York tweeted out the flow chart that Berman presented at the conference, which shows quotes where Avenatti allegedly said to Nike, "I'll go take $10 billion off your client's market cap. I'm not bleeping around." Now, while this is all happening, Avenatti has also just been charged in the city of Los Angeles for fraud, which is a completely unrelated charge to the Nike extortion allegations. You're looking at United States Attorney Nick Hanna, who also spoke at a press conference Monday in Los Angeles, where Avenatti has been accused of embezzlement and bank fraud. While Hanna says the two cases aren't connected, he did confirm that authorities in New York and California coordinated together to execute search warrants and take the lawyer into custody. Prior to this wave of Avenatti news, he was most recently making headlines in connection to the ongoing allegations against R. Kelly, who's now been charged in Chicago for 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse. Avenatti is currently representing 6 clients, 2 alleged victims, 2 parents, and 2 whistleblowers in that case. You can see him here at Kelly's bond hearing on February 23rd. Now, R. Kelly's lawyer, Steve Greenberg, is already speaking out, telling TMZ that Avenatti's credibility should be in question. Of course, if you don't remember, we originally met Michael Avenatti when he rose to prominence representing former adult star Stormy Daniels in her suit against President Trump. That defamation case was ultimately dismissed. Now, Daniels has already weighed in on the Avenatti charges, taking to Twitter to issue a statement saying, in part, "I am saddened but not shocked by news reports that he has been criminally charged today. I made the decision more than a month ago to terminate Michael's services after discovering that he had dealt with me extremely dishonestly, and there will be more announcements to come." Of course, we'll find out what those things are. There's so much more to this case. You can check out more on people.com. Now we move on to this. During a court hearing on Monday, Bethenny Frankel accused ex-husband Jason Hoppy of taunting and harassing her during a FaceTime call 4 years ago. Her legal counsel played the footage from that call for the court. In the video, the Real Housewives of New York star also are asked to talk to their daughter Brynn, and Hoppy says, keep recording me, okay, you lost your privilege for recording me, and then he hangs up. Now, after the recording played, Frankel claimed Hoppy would use FaceTime to, quote, taunt me, laugh at me, harass me, torture and taunting every day. That was Bethenny's quote. She claims Hoppy did this until an order of protection was placed on him. She also claimed that Hoppy would often FaceTime with her and their daughter while appearing to have no clothes on. An attorney for Hoppy had no comment, but earlier this month, Hoppy apologized to Frankel and admitted that the way he was previously contacting and talking to Frankel was, quote, wrong and inappropriate. So he did admit that. In court, Frankel took responsibility for her own misconduct and admitted that prior to their 2014 custody hearing, she had threatened Hoppy with never being able to see Brynn again. She also admits to calling him white trash and splashing water on him while he was sleeping. There's all of her sort of admissions there. The couple have been fighting over custody of Brynn for years. They separated in December 2012 after a whirlwind romance and televised wedding in 2010. Their divorce was finalized in July 2016. In 2017, Frankel accused Hoppy of stalking and harassing her. He agreed to a plea deal in that case. Now, currently, Frankel's seeking primary custody and full decision-making power over Brynn, while Hoppy wants to keep their current joint custody agreement. All right, on to this. Kevin McCall is responding to abuse claims made by his ex, Eva Marcille, on Sunday night's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. On Monday, after fans started questioning the claims, McCall posted on Twitter saying, trust me, I'm not perfect. I had anger issues. I've completed anger management to deal with being alienated by my children and how to stop playing the victim so that I can control my situation and the overall outcome. My entire family misses the girls. Have empathy for them, at least. That's his statement. Marcille split with McCall back in 2015, 1 year after giving birth to their daughter Marley. She says she's taken multiple restraining and protective orders out against her ex for allegedly abusing her. Take a look at what she said on Sunday night's episode regarding her restraining order and safety. Watch.
I still feel a sense of threat because of Marley's donor. I have to redo this restraining order. It's almost up.
You think you still have to do it?
Oh, yeah. When it comes to Marley's donor, I have had to move 5 times, and I still feel a sense of uneasiness. He's just so petty sometimes. I've walked outside on my balcony before, and he's been standing in the dark, and it is the scariest feeling ever.
Marcille claimed that at one point the FBI even got involved. She later reveals in the show that she lives in more than one house to make it harder for McCall to track her down. In response to all of this, McCall slammed Marcille for being obsessed with him. Marcille spoke with People late last year and said she doesn't have any contact with McCall. She added, there's no co-parenting. I'm the parent. He's not in my life, and he's not in Marley's life. I have full custody. Michael is Marley's father. Kevin ain't nothing but a memory. Now, Michael's referring to Eva's current husband, Michael Sterling. Wow, there's so much to this.
Yeah, I mean, she appeared on People Now in December 2018. She was super nice. It's horrible to know that they're going through all of this, especially when it involves kids.
She doesn't hesitate to kind of speak her mind about most things, and this is as well. Eva revealed on Wendy Williams that she'd been, would be open to her daughter and McCall having a relationship. But here's what she said, quote, he should have to go to the court and talk mediation. I'm open to Marley having the best of what she needs. So it seemed like at that that point anyway, she was open to sort of him being involved at some point, but it seems like it's
now it just got too dramatic. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to this. NBC's new drama, The Village, premiered last week. We're already obsessed with this.
Good.
The show followed This Is Us on Tuesday and topped the ratings for the 10 p.m. time slot. Not a bad start at all, right?
No.
The show follows the residents of a Brooklyn apartment building who are more than just acquaintances. They are family. It definitely started with a shock, though, at the end of the first episode.
So big spoiler alert. We find out that the character played by Lorraine Toussaint has cancer. It's very sad, obviously. She told us how that's going to affect her character moving forward. Watch.
Well, you got to watch a woman who's been a chronic caretaker for everyone else in the building, and everyone comes to her with cries and with woes and with joys. I know how to take care of other people. Having other people take care of me, not so much. She is probably going to be extremely resistant.
She also talked about her dynamic relationships with the oldest and youngest members of the cast, and even helped us make a breakfast omelet.
Well, you did a lot of the work, Jeremy, and
which is unfortunate because a little bit of a mess.
It's a little bit of a mess, but it's exciting to watch, I guess, because you don't want everything to be perfect all the time.
I think it's relatable. Everybody's not a perfect cook in terms of presentation. Anyway, that's all coming up later in the show. But for now, Andrea, you have more for us at Star Trek.
Yes, I do. We are kicking off Star Trek today with some sexy shots from one of our favorite couples. Justin Bieber only has eyes for his wife. Woo! On Monday, Justin shared some cheeky photos of Hailey Baldwin on Instagram. Hailey is seen lounging in bed wearing a white tank top, a necklace from her hubby's Drew House brand, and a pair of Victoria's Secret underwear. Wow, it's pretty not safe for work, some of these. Oh yeah, he always does want to make a joke. He made sure to point out that that's his toe, right? Just in case you were confused if it was anything else. His toe is barely visible at the bottom corner there. Well, never shy about showing his affection for Hailey, Justin posted another picture saying, "Hi, lover." These mushy posts come hours after Justin wrote a pretty lengthy post to his fans on Instagram, revealing that his music is currently taking a backseat and that he has made mental health his #1 priority. He wrote in part, "I've toured my whole teenage life and early 20s. I realized, and as you guys probably saw, I was unhappy last tour, and I don't deserve that, and you don't deserve that." He added, "Music is very important to me, but nothing comes before my family and my health." Well, we are definitely rooting for you, Justin. Luckily, he's got one very supportive wife by his side. All right, Jordyn Woods is enjoying some post-controversy stardom following her huge public fallout with the Kardashian-Jenner clan. The former BFF of Kylie Jenner was spotted out and about in London on Monday, looking stunning in a shimmery gold slip dress, complete with a brown leather trench coat and Louis Vuitton handbag. Now remember, about a month ago, news broke that Jordyn hooked up with Khloe Kardashian's ex, Tristan Thompson, which even led to a fallout with her BFF, Kylie Jenner. The social media backlash led Jordyn to a sit-down with a friend of her family, Jada Pinkett Smith, on her Facebook series Red Table Talk. There, Jordyn got candid about the events leading up to her alleged betrayal, saying that it was Tristan that kissed her while she was leaving an after party at his house. She also denied being the reason why Tristan and Khloe were no longer together. However, following that interview, Khloe sent out a series of emotional tweets going against Jordyn's interview, but she eventually found some understanding and placed the blame on Tristan, who she shares her 11-month-old daughter True with. Though it seems they're still not on speaking terms, Jordyn is moving on with her life. And if a night out in London looking all dolled up isn't enough to put the past behind you, then launching your own beauty collection might do the trick. On Instagram, Jordyn announced she was in London to promote her Eyelure and Jordyn Woods lash collection. She captioned the photo, quote, "Celebrating the lash launch tomorrow. Can't believe it's been a year since we started creating them." That photo came just a few hours after expressing her excitement to be back in the European city and also letting her followers know to beware because she'll be flooding their timelines with photos. Jordyn first announced her big trip to London last week in this photo, writing how excited she was for the collection launch. Although she had been keeping a low profile, this isn't the first time Jordyn stepped out following the scandal. She stepped out on Friday in West Hollywood, California, and was spotted leaving celebrity hotspot Craig's with her mother and YouTube star and artist Justin Roberts. She wore this plunging black velvet blazer and matching micro mini skirt with a pair of sheer black tights. Very happy to see her back in the public eye. I know she's been through a lot. We still don't know exactly what all went down with that whole scandal. But either way, if you want more of Eyelure and Jordyn Woods' eyelash collection, it's available now exclusively in the Super Drugstore. All right, the queen of the fresh face, no makeup skin has done it again. Drew Barrymore is shameless when it comes to posting bare-faced photos. And on Tuesday, she posted this photo, giving people everywhere major skin envy. The caption read, "No filter, no BS, just me." Although Drew loves her makeup, we love how the 44-year-old actress is not afraid to step away from the glam. The day before posting this photo, she shared the product that she's been using on her skin to give it that beautiful glow. So what is the secret? It's pure vitamin E oil from Now Foods. Drew says it's the best to just slather on. It has a dropper and it's very clean. Check it out, ladies who like to glow inside and out. In a recent interview, Drew noted her kids as the reason for her beauty changes. She opened up about how motherhood has changed the way she perceives beauty. Now she communicates beauty with her daughters. She says she tells Olive, who is 6, and Frankie, who is 4, that aging is a luxury and that if we're lucky, we are all going to age. She said she just wants them to be at peace with who they are and not what they look like. I think that's a very, very important message. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. Big new developments in the Jussie Smollett case coming up. Plus, we are pressing This Is Us star Eris Baker to get deets on the season 3 finale of the show. We'll tell you what she had to say, and we'll be joined live by Steve Schirripa. We've got so much to talk to him about, from the 20th anniversary of the Sopranos premiere to his new comedy night for a very good cause. That is all coming up.
All right, so Panic at the Disco may have had high hopes for a living, but they couldn't have imagined their latest single, High Hopes, would make history on the charts. This is very impressive,
I
Jeremy.
can't ever stop singing this song.
It's always
Just
in my
one
head.
little blip like that. The song topped Billboard's Adult Pop Songs radio airplay chart for a 15th straight week, making it the longest leading #1 this decade. It breaks a tie with Maroon 5's Girls Like You, by the way. That ruled for 14 weeks in 2018.
So the last time a song lasted 15 weeks at #1 was the phrase How to Save a Life in 2006,
Another one.
2007.
It's
That's
in
a
there,
really
right?
good one, yeah. So now tied with the fray and No Doubt's Don't Speak that lasted 15 weeks in 1996.
These are all great ones.
I know,
Right?
all
It makes
very-
sense. It still has a ways to go, though, to unseat the overall leader for #1 longevity, which currently belongs to Santana's Smooth. That little bop lasted 25 weeks at #1 in 1999 and
25
2000.
weeks. That's a pretty lofty goal there. But High Hopes is Panic at the Disco's first adult pop song #1. The song comes from the band's 6th album, Pray for the Wicked. I'm surprised it took that long to have this at the #1.
A lot of good music.
Yeah.
They're currently wrapping up their tour in Europe. I honestly feel like they're going to have more records that they break. As they
Oh,
go.
yeah, I think it's good momentum for sure.
It is.
All right, moving on to the story that I can't get enough of personally.
Get ready.
So, with the music change too, what you're seeing here is a suspected ghost haunting a Michigan home. You kind of see
Hold on.
it. Wait, hold on. I
So
think
there's a
see
little
it.
blip there. It's like right over where the kid was looking, and then this
Yeah.
figure just moved. Oh,
There
here it
we go.
goes.
See, so that, yes, there it is. A young couple is claiming their home is haunted after capturing a ghost-like figure on their nanny cam.
So here's the deal. The couple say they set up the camera in their 1-year-old daughter's bedroom after they noticed she had 3 deep purple scratches on her face. You can see those in the picture. All right, so all of a sudden that emerges. Then in the video, you see this figure walk by the baby's crib as she pops up.
But the creepy thing is that the kid pops up, watches it move through the room before it seems to vanish. So obviously the kid sensed something or heard something. I don't think ghosts really make noises. I don't know. According to local Detroit TV
I
station.
don't know the ghost rules.
The TV station WXYZ, which is a real TV station name, a team of paranormal experts came in to investigate and help the couple. According to the little girl's grandfather, the ghost may be someone who lived in the house before. Apparently, a man who had lived there had died by suicide by jumping out of a window.
Oh, wow. Too bad he didn't have that info before they moved in.
Yeah.
Couple say they don't only feel it's harmful to their daughter, but to them as well. The mother, get ready, told WXYZ that one morning she woke up and felt someone's hands around her neck. I'm just like, you guys should have been gone a long time ago.
I know. They also say they don't know why they're being targeted, but want nothing to do with this seemingly unfriendly ghost.
The young
Does anyone want something to do with?
Zero to do. The young parents say for now they are staying in a room together with their daughter, good idea, at the alleged haunted house. But once they've saved enough money, they are moving out. Look, this is, for me, having a baby monitor, always been my biggest fear. You look in every time I look at my baby monitor, I think I'm gonna see something wild. Because it already looks weird.
I'm not a believer of ghosts, but seeing that video, I mean, what, did they doctor the video to try to go viral? I can't think of any other explanation.
Or was it possibly
There's a
catching another
person-
feed that was like superimposed on it?
I don't know, but I think now I officially believe in ghosts after seeing that video.
Well, don't watch.
Maybe I'm very gullible. I don't know.
Don't watch The Ring.
I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to something completely different. Calling all Reese's fans. This is not a drill. Reese's just debuted 2 new cups just in time to fill your Easter baskets. One with extra chocolate and one with extra peanut butter. We have the extra peanut butter one here.
So we have a peanut butter lover's cup right here. It's big. And honestly, for me, that's where I would go. I want the more peanut butter.
Jeremy's going to do a little
This
taste
isn't
test
the
and give
official one
us-
with the peanut butter on the top, though. But anyway, fans of popular candy know most people have a favorite ratio of chocolate to peanut butter goodness. It's perfect as is. I'm going to stand by that. But the brand has kind of caught some wind on changing it up and letting people choose.
Jerry's going to take a nice bite. So
Honestly,
good.
for me, it's always peanut butter.
Same. Does anyone like the one that has more chocolate? I don't know. On Tuesday, the Hershey Company announced the limited time arrival of Reese's Peanut Butter Lovers Cups, which
Reese's
Jeremy's
or
trying
did you say
here.
Reese's or Reese's?
I say Reese's. What do you say?
I always say Reese's Pieces,
Yeah.
but Reese's Cups.
But Reese's, I think. They also have the
I'm a
Reese's
child.
Chocolate Lovers Cups, which has more chocolate. It may only be for a limited time. People are very excited about this.
Get out there. Get them. Lots of big moves for Reese's recently. In February, they announced the ultra sleek Reese's thin ones.
I don't know why you want a thin
Maybe
one,
just
but maybe...
less caloric. And there we go.
that's
Look how
the thin one. There have been some mixed reactions to the news on Twitter.
Oh, you mean Twitter erupted about this?
Some people are very excited, obviously. One fan wrote, need packs with one each so they can both go in my fat mouth.
I've heard, here's the next one. So I've heard about these new Reese's Cups. Sorry, they make you cough.
Here's some water. Someone else said, we heard about these new Reese's Cups with more peanut butter. Where can I find such decadent cups? If you look at some of the reactions, though, they are similar to this one, saying Reese's are perfect the way they are. This is so unnecessary, which I can kind of agree to. Like, the original Reese's is pretty good. Are you
This is
okay?
amazing, except for the coughing. Anyway, you should do it. Enjoy. I will get, you know what I love? When they come out with the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
We got them, I think they first released them end of February, beginning of March. We had them like the first
Make
day.
sure if you try the extra peanut butter ones, you have some water nearby in case it's too much. All right, in honor of the brand new Reese's, we've been asking whether you're more excited about the extra chocolate or the extra peanut butter. Let's check in on our People poll results so far.
Come on, peanut butter. Team chocolate. Whoa. I'm actually, we're both surprised. We were saying beforehand, we felt like it was going to be peanut butter.
Wait, that's actually really shocking to me because I always feel like that's the best part. At least for me it is, the peanut butter part. Interesting.
Is this a good time to bring up creamy or crunchy as we have this ongoing debate around here?
Well, I always like crunchy.
But in this?
I think that they should do Reese's with crunchy peanut butter.
They've done it. That has existed.
I never heard about it. I feel like they should have done a little more PR for it because I think it would be really popular.
Well, I'm always the creamy guy, so I'm very happy
I'm not
with
sure
this.
about the marketing department if they're not marketing those crunchy.
They're busy with the double decker. All right, keep voting on our People poll. We now move on to this. Apparently, we've got food on the brain today, even more here.
Yes, you do. Dreams do come true. If you ever wanted unicorn-shaped mac and cheese, you can get it now at retailers across the country. This is very magical.
Are they reading our minds
I think
here?
so.
The color is going to remain the same, yellow, because it's cheese. The shapes you get to eat, though, they're going to be unicorn heads, rainbows and stars. We were talking about this. My girls are unicorn everything. They will love this.
But if they love unicorns, do they want to eat them?
I
You know what
agree.
mean?
It's a weird psychological turn, but it gets them more convinced to eat the food, and that's every parent's challenge.
Well, it's not
eat the food.
It's not the first time Kraft has come out with a specialty shape. They do it all the time. Last year, they revealed Star Wars shaped mac and cheese. Those I can get behind.
Oh, you're okay with eating Yoda?
Yeah.
Fine. 2017, we had our favorite Minions to chomp down on.
I would definitely eat the Minions. I do not care about Minions at all.
Oh.
What have your favorite shapes been, Jeremy?
No, I just go with the
Regular?
OG. Yeah, just those half.
Yeah, I think regular or like the really
those little
big
curves.
shells. I mean, some people think the shapes taste better, but I think that might be just a placebo
It's
effect.
exactly the same recipe. That's placebo for sure.
For kids, I think that works.
Guess what? If you don't like mac and cheese, you can make a lot of different unicorn-themed foods, including cupcakes and even burgers. We've done the research. We did a birthday cake, a unicorn birthday cake for my little girl just last month, and it was a huge hit. You were saying
The unicorn burger just seems like you're putting a little horn on top of it.
we got a little outrageous.
I
Can we
don't
cool it with the unicorn stretch here? But unicorn pancakes is what
Oh,
you're talking
yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be that hard to make, I don't
No.
think. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
That's your next goal. I want to see that on your Insta stories this week.
All right.
In our continued celebration of the new Jordan Peele film, Us, breaking the box office in its opening weekend, we are back with a little get-to-know-you game that we played with one of the film's stars, Shahadi Wright Joseph. She's amazing.
He is so good in the movie and so nice in person. I face off against Shahadi in a game while getting to know a little bit more about the 13-year-old star. Take a look. This is the first time we're doing this on People Now,
Okay.
so you can stay on this side.
Okay.
Have you played Connect 4 before?
Yes.
So all you have to do is pick these red pieces,
Right.
and then answer the question
Okay.
that's relevant to it. Yes, so you'll answer a question, and then you can play.
Okay. Favorite school subject? Ooh, either Spanish or science. Here.
I don't have questions, because
Okay.
I'm not as important. All right, I hope I don't lose
Favorite
next
food? Ooh, mac and cheese.
one. All right,
Favorite season? Summer.
next one.
Favorite hobby? Ooh, I love to knit.
Okay, there.
Favorite animal? Shark.
You like sharks.
I've loved sharks since the beginning of time.
You're not scared of sharks?
Not really. They're so misunderstood. Favorite ice cream? I know people are gonna hate me, but butter pecan.
No, wait, that's actually, no, that's
Really?
my favorite.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Gotta get a good strategy.
I'm gonna do this one here.
Favorite app? Instagram. We're gonna get a drive.
We're gonna get a drive. This is so hard.
Favorite movie? Mean Girls. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. Favorite
try,
TV
guys.
show? Oh, The Office. I am Beyonce, always. That's my favorite.
Oh!
There we go.
Good job. There you go. Winner, winner.
Lots of girls have boyfriends, but I don't want one.
That's perfectly okay. You know, in fact, it's long been a dream of mine that you never, ever...
It's because I think I might like girls.
Tessa's emotional coming out scene on This Is Us is receiving high praise for its honest portrayal of a young person grappling with her identity. I sat down with the girl of the hour herself, Eris Baker, who told me how she prepared for Tessa's big moment and how she connected with her new storyline.
The hardest part is I wanted to understand what someone like that would have to go through. So I had to do research and I had to I wanted to portray that character so that it can impact others that are going through the same thing.
And did you watch any other shows that maybe had like big scenes of people coming out as a point of reference, just to kind of...
Right, well, I was definitely looking that up because I never...
Right.
But there's not lots of young 8 through 10-year-old girls that are coming out on television. My friend, who came out to her parents before, she told me how even though she loved her parents, she had no idea if they were going to accept her or not. She said she still had doubt that they might push her away. So I took that into like consideration and just went in confused, knowing that even though I love them, even though we are family, you never know what they are going to decide, if they accept me or if they do not.
Has she reacted to the scene to you? Do you know when she saw it? Or...
She did call me and just told me how it seemed so realistic and how she wished that it went that way for her too. And I wish that lots of people would embrace their differences and just embrace love in general.
And how great is her look, right? She's like a fashion legend already. We couldn't let Eris go without trying to get anything at all on what we can expect in the season 3 finale of This Is Us. Take a look. We know you can't give spoilers. You guys are very good. Everyone on this show is good about keeping the secrets.
Yes.
We're gonna try though. 3 words you would use to describe the season finale coming up.
Emotional. As always, it's always going to be an emotional episode, but it's gonna be so powerful. One with Tess really still confused, Randall and Beth, and you guys will see where their relationship is gonna be at the season finale, or just the whole cast, Kevin, how he's dealing with everything. It's gonna be incredible. Most of your questions will be answered in the season finale.
All right, that's something. Eris didn't spill many details on the season finale, but I did get her to spill some details on what the cast is really like behind the scenes. Watch. Let's play a little game. You ready for this?
Sure.
We're going to test you on how well you know your co-stars, and maybe, more importantly, us getting to know them a little better.
Okay.
It's called This Is Really Us. Most likely to make everyone laugh on set.
Mr. Chris Sullivan, he is literally a comedian.
Most likely to break in a scene.
Oh, Mr. Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K. Brown?
Yes, because he has so many crying scenes, and then boom, camera shuts off, can I have a tissue, blah blah, and then he's just laughing.
Most likely to talk your ear off.
Me and Lyric Ross plays my sister. She doesn't chat my ear off, but we're talking all the time when we're on set.
Most likely to take a little nap on set. There's some downtime. I'm gonna sneak a few Z's.
That's me.
Most likely to give the best advice of the castmates.
I think we all give amazing advice because we all have amazing stories.
Most likely to bust out singing.
That's me. I love
You too,
singing.
really? Wait,
No. Miss Mandy Moore.
Well, I guess I'm not singing.
Because
If it was you singing, what are you singing? Because you first said that you would be
24 Karat Magic Pepper Number.
Oh, whoa, that gets locked in. We sing that around here all the time. 24 Karat Magic in the... There you go. Okay. And the season 3 finale of This Is Us airs Tuesday, April 2nd on NBC. You do not want to miss that.
And speaking of TV shows we love, 2019 marks the 20th anniversary of the series premiere of The Sopranos. Cannot believe it's been that long.
Now, we're joined by one of the beloved series stars, an all-around great guy, Steve Schirripa. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello.
We're disappointed that you didn't do the wardrobe like Eris had there. You were commenting how much you loved it.
I don't think that would work for me.
I think you can pull it
Maybe
off.
a different color.
Yeah, all right, maybe. Let's talk about this. We'll get into your latest project in just a second. sec. You're doing great stuff, going to raise a lot of money for a good cause. But let's just mention this. 20 years later, The Sopranos. It's been 20 years since that premiere. It's hard to imagine. Looking back, I know you get asked about this all the time, but what stands out to you the most about that time in your life?
Well, you know, I had been acting, but not full time. So the first year on the show, I actually had a regular day job, and I would fly back and forth. I think I say cost me $24,000 to make $22,000 that first year. But you know what? The first day on the set, it was in June of '99, and I had a scene with a lot of the guys, with Tony Soprano and Paulie Walnuts, and right after the scene was over, it was like I was one of the guys.
And that was season 2, right?
Season 2.
Yeah.
Second episode of the second season I came in, but it was like right after that scene, and I knew no one because I was living on the West Coast, you know, and I knew no one. It was like right there.
So they welcomed you right in. That's
right
great.
in. I was part of the family, and it stayed that way the whole way through. I mean, you know, we spent a lot of time together and know each other's families, vacation together. I mean, it really was like a family.
I love that. It's been almost 12 years since the finale. We still don't know if Tony got the axe. You've said you think he's still alive. Even
I think he's still alive, in my opinion. You know, we watched it together, 9 of us, down in Florida. We went to this big finale. Some guys liked it. Some guys didn't know what happened. I read the script. I knew what was going to happen. I still was in disbelief.
Yeah.
And I think Tony Soprano is alive and well and living in New Jersey.
There you go. He's out there. Can you believe, from your perspective, that that's still a topic of conversation? Did you know?
Not a day goes by that someone doesn't call me Bobby or Bacala or ask me about the finale. Not one day.
Wow.
There's also a new generation. So there's kids that were too young to watch it then, that are in college, in their 20s, early 20s, and they're binge watching it, and it's a whole new group. You know?
That must be really cool to have people come up to you, especially kids on the street and everything.
Not a day goes by. I mean, you know, some guys at a bar, they call me, they know my character. If someone calls me Steve, I go, do I know this guy? Or when they call me Bobby or Anthony from Blue Bloods, you know,
get it, yeah.
It's all fun.
Look, you can't talk Sopranos without mentioning James Gandolfini, obviously very beloved and missed even still. What do you think he would make of the ongoing staying power of this show and all the conversation that continues about it?
I mean, Jim loved the show. He also, you know, he was the star. I mean, he went through a lot. He worked every day, and Tony Soprano, he was beloved. A beloved guy. I remember when he passed away, I was in a restaurant, and a lady came up to me and says, the whole city is sad.
Wow.
And I believe the whole country was sad. I mean, it was, we were very close friends. I mean, he was as good an actor as he was a better guy, you know.
Yeah, and James' son Michael was actually recently cast in the Sopranos prequel.
Which is great.
What do you make of that?
I think it's going to be great. He plays Tony Soprano as a younger person. I think the movie takes place in the 60s or 70s. I think it's great. I think he's going to do a great job. He's a very sweet kid. I've known him since he's that big, you know.
What qualities of James do you think he's going to bring to the role?
I think, well, listen, with Jim, there was also, this guy was a murderer and did bad things, but we rooted for him and we loved him. There was an underlining, he's like a teddy bear, and I think Michael has the same.
Yeah. You've said before that real life mob guys would talk to you about like how to actually pull off a hit, all this kind of stuff. Now you're doing Blue Bloods, and you even mentioned it a second ago. What do people come up to you and say on the street now?
Well, now, you know, listen, a lot of cops come up to me, and they love the show. That shows how good the show is. It's authentic, you know. And what I say is, you believe me as a detective, because at first, I wasn't sure. I'm saying, maybe I'm too fat to be a detective, you know? And then I went to this big cop party, like auxiliary cop party, and I was in better shape than most of them.
Like,
I said, I can outrun you all, man. And they got a big laugh. But I see guys on the street, and I say, do you believe me? And they'll go, that's a New York cop, you know.
100%.
And if you look at them, I'll see some cops, and I'll go, I know I can outrun you.
That's my favorite thing about the whole thing.
It's great. We shoot on the streets of New York. It's like another cast member. You shoot on the streets of New York City. It's amazing. And the mob guys love the Sopranos. I used to joke that Sunday nights the crime was down because all the mob guys were watching the show. You know? But then when I was bringing my dirty laundry on Mulberry Street. I used to live there, and he says, "Hey Steve, hold on a second. You know, I love the show, but anybody who ever killed anyone knows that's not how you do it." I went, "All right, Rocky, I got to get going now." His name was Rocky. I got to go.
Yeah, keep it moving here. Let's switch gears to this. You have 2 daughters, 27 27 and 23 now,
Yeah.
right? You wrote this parenting book back when they were teens. Now they're adults. What are the biggest obstacles you face now, or maybe that you've faced in the past?
Well, I wrote a book, Big Daddy's Rules.
Yeah.
Raising daughters is tougher than I look.
Okay.
They both graduated.
Great title, by the way.
Yeah.
They both graduated college. One's working, the other one's in graduate school, Bria and Sierra. They're good kids. I like their boyfriends.
Oh,
They
good.
got boyfriends. That was the big
Yeah,
option.
what's
Tough? Yeah,
that
are
Who
you
you bringing home? Who you bringing home?
when they do bring them home? What's the hurdles they have to go
guys, they've been steady a few years.
All
Good
right.
guys. I like them. And no red flags yet. But
Okay.
don't think I'm not watching.
By the way, I can't imagine
I'm
coming into your
looking,
house
I'm
as a guy.
Is there one question that you ask every guy to make sure he's good enough for your daughter?
No, but I see if they look me in the eye and shake my hand. And when my older daughter lives with a guy, he came to me first and asked if it was okay.
Oh, whoa.
Wow,
Nice pretty good. Good
that's
move.
great. I imagine
good.
you'd be really intimidating,
That's
but
pretty good. And I didn't let him off the hook either.
Oh, yeah?
I went, are you doing this just to share rent? Or do you really care for her? I wasn't going to let him off the hook, man. But he's a really good kid.
I love
Two good kids. And I think my advice worked, certainly with my family.
Yeah, and if anything goes wrong, I got some friends.
we have to give you some grief for this. You still have a flip phone. I think that's
Yes.
amazing.
no, I
You
have
have?
my-
Oh, you don't have
No,
it with
it's
you.
in there. I hope somebody stole it.
I think you're safe.
How do you still have a flip phone after all these years?
You know, because look, I have a laptop. I'm not a technical guy. I don't need all that. I don't take pictures of myself all day. I don't.
And we have some
I see
pictures of
a
you.
girl taking a picture all day long.
We have some photos of you with the flip phone from
There you go.
2005, 2006. So
I
you've
just
been
bought a
going
new
through.
one. I have a new
They
version.
still sell them?
They sell them. Because
Okay.
a lot of people don't like the
Was it like
smartphone.
$5?
I don't do all that stuff. No, it was more than $5.
Okay.
But I have two of them in case this one goes bad and they stop selling them.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. My wife and kids think I'm nuts. Has nothing to do with the money. I text, peck,
Yeah.
on way. That's it. That's all you get out of it. On way, running late, and
There you
that's
go.
it.
I like that. My dad still has a flip phone. I
My
think-
father-in-law
But I
does
know-
too. Same
but
thing.
wait,
Simplify.
Are there certain hurdles that you have to overcome? Like for Ubers, do you have to?
I have to call my daughter. If I'm in California, which I have a house in California, and I need an Uber, I call my wife and or one of the daughters, and they better pick up for an Uber.
Well, that is unbelievable.
That's the only obstacle.
What, did the girls ever try to monetize you? Are they like, Dad, come on?
Constantly.
Yeah.
I get it every single day.
That's so
What
funny.
is wrong with you?
What's your most techie thing? You said you have a laptop.
I have
Are
a
you a
laptop.
gamer at all, or do you anything like that? No. Come on.
Nothing. I don't know. I don't want to know.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
even want to know about it.
Practical guy living in the here and
That's
now.
it.
I
You
like
text
that.
me, I can answer. I'm not a 13-year-old girl. You want to talk to me, pick up the phone and speak.
It actually sounds like kind of a relief,
true.
right?
Very true. Just call. People are so
How you
afraid-
doing? What's up? What are you up to? Call me. I'm a grown man. Call me, we'll talk.
I love that. Okay, we got to talk about this. Stand-up comedy night. You're part of Garden of Laughs. This is very exciting. The lineup is amazing. It's at Madison Square Garden. First of all, what can we expect from this night?
Well, this is the third time I'm hosting it. Garden of Laughs is part of the Garden of Dreams Foundation. We have Jerry Seinfeld. We have Jon Stewart, Michael Che, Eliza Schlesinger, Brian Regan, Bill Burr, and John Mulaney.
Yeah.
So it's an incredible, some of the best comics in the country. Every dollar goes to the Garden of Dreams Foundation. We've already raised over $5 million. We expect to raise about $2 million.
At MSG?
At MSG this Tuesday night, April 2nd. We have presenters. We have athletes, Ben Stiller, Justin Tuck, Deborah Messing. I could go on and on. So you got a night of 14 stars, the guys on stage, and my job is like the job of a bran muffin. I keep things moving. You know what I mean? That's my job. They got some of the greatest comics in the world. All I got to do is say the names right and let them go.
Is there a strategy? Do you do any jokes?
Yeah, you got some jokes.
I have some opinions.
Maybe that bran muffin thing might come up. I have a feeling.
I have some opinions, but it really is, and it's for the kids. It stays in the tri-state area. GardenofLaughs.com. Every dollar goes where it's supposed to. No one's getting paid a dime.
Yeah, it's this great cause. What's been the most touching moment for you throughout this whole experience and finding out stories of the people?
You know, there's a talent show that they have also as part of the 500 events they do a year, and you see these kids, and underprivileged kids, handicapped kids, kids that are, got a bad break, and you see them go on stage and their smiles and they're so happy. I mean, it breaks your heart. You know, it just breaks your heart, and some of them have done so well, and we make them happy for a while, and hopefully they go on to college, which we've got great stories of that, how the foundation has helped these kids. All the money stays where it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And it really is. Look, there's a lot of good charities. This is one of the best.
Well, guys, check out gardenoflaughs.com. Before we let you go, we want to play a little game with you. You ready for this? We're talking about Garden of Laughs or Garden of Gaffs. It's a play on words. You're going to love it. We're going to give you a recent pop culture moment or phenomenon. You tell us whether it's all in good fun.
Want me to text you
like
the
a laugh.
answer?
You can text me the answer. Or, a laugh is good. Whether it's cringeworthy, that's a gaff. All right. First, we got to cue the music. Let's hit it.
Okay.
There it is. All right, here we go. Andrea, kick us off. Here we go.
Was that music?
That's the music.
There.
It was a change.
That was a gaff. Starting with the gaff. All right, here we go.
Okay, so start with this one. Offset's public apology to Cardi B. Do you know this? She broke up with him because of infidelity. He comes on stage with this big apology. It was this big moment. So is that laughs or is that a gaff?
I think, well, I guess it's laughs. He's meant it from his heart, I guess. She was a stripper in Sunset Park, wasn't she?
I think so.
Is that what Cardi B did?
You already know
Brooklyn.
more than I thought you'd know. So. How about this one?
I'm from Brooklyn, yeah. Cardi B.
Cardi B, there we go. Laugh or gaff. A-Rod being J-Lo's kind of red carpet hype man. Red carpet hype man. He's doing the pictures.
It's not a good look on him.
So you call that a gaff?
Yeah, that's a gaff. I think Jennifer Lopez is great. I've met A-Rod. Not good. And then the accusations this morning. That he sent texts to a ex-Playboy girl.
Oh, boy.
To that.
Breaking news right here with Steve.
That, A-Rod.
We're going to have to delve into
Somebody got some explaining to do.
All right, is this laugh or a gaff? The college admission scandal.
That is so horrible. That is a gaffe in every way. So let me get this straight. I'm going to pay $500,000 to get my daughter into school, another $300 in tuition, so she could get a job for $50,000. That makes a lot of sense.
So just the numbers don't add up.
Beyond the gaffe. Beyond the gaffe.
What's the most extreme thing you would ever do for your daughters?
Just in
I
life.
would do anything for them.
Yeah.
But not commit fraud.
I'm not going to jail for them. I mean, but this was just all wrong, you know. I mean, if you belong where you belong. You belong in school. School's not for everybody. But this, I think these parents did it more for them, so they could say, "Hey, my kid's in Georgetown. My kid's in Harvard." I think it was more the parents' ego.
I think you're exactly right on that. Let's do this one. DJ Pauly D and Vinny's new dating reality show. Finding love on TV. What do you make of that? Gaff or
Let's move on.
All right, how about this one?
All right, last one. Rob Gronkowski announcing his retirement.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I've met him. He's a good guy. It's time for him to go. He wants to dance around and get drunk and do all that crazy stuff. He's won enough rings and.
Yeah, but you're a New York guy.
Congratulations.
Still on board.
I'm okay. You know, I don't hate Boston.
Okay.
I don't hate that. I don't. Listen, I'm a Yankee fan. I'm a Jets, Giants fan. But I don't hate them. It's not crazy.
I think you're one of the few people down here that would wave that flag a little
I don't
bit.
like our mayor, who's a Red Sox fan.
Okay.
I think that is the most biggest gaffe I've ever heard in my life. That the stupid mayor of New York City is a Red Sox fan.
Like, come on, don't ever say it out loud, right? Hey, Steve, thank you so much for being here.
Hey,
really appreciate it.
So
Guys, for
much.
tickets and more information on Garden of Laughs and the Garden of Dreams Foundation, visit
Great night, great show.
gardenoflaughs.com.
All right, moving out of this, Lorraine Toussaint dropped by and helped us make a breakfast omelet as we talked about her blog and her philosophy of life. Take a look. All right, we're here with Lorraine Toussaint, the star of NBC's new drama, The Village. Thank you so much for coming.
It's great being here.
Great to talk to you.
So, doing our sleuthing, you have a lifestyle website called Everyday Lovely.
I do.
That you found some recipes on.
It's called the Honeydew Breakfast Recipe. I can't do much in the kitchen. I feel kind of confident with eggs, so I felt like this would be
Excellent.
territory. We're gonna start with, okay, wait, actually, I was told that I need to saute these things first. So we've got, we've got the zucchini.
Put the onions in first.
Okay, onions first.
You want the
Here we go.
sweetness of the onions? There you go.
Thing. We've got zucchini.
Yeah.
Sauteed
Great.
zucchini. There we go. Look at that.
Nicely done.
Oh, presentation. What is that?
And how much butter? How much
good.
butter did you use, Jeremy?
I had a couple tablespoons.
3 tablespoons of butter.
Yeah, because we're doing
yes,
3, right?
You're sauteing.
Tell us about the blog a little bit. What inspired it? Why'd you decide to do it?
You know, I just think that every day deserves to be lovely, and it doesn't take much to make every day lovely. And so I came up with that because it's the little things, it's the ordinary things that makes life really terrific. I'm a big believer in garnish, so that you can make a very ordinary meal really beautiful. I mean, look how beautiful you've garnished this. It just takes a little bit of creativity. You put odd things together, you can add a flower to that.
So besides cooking, what are some other things that you do to make every day lovely?
Oh gosh, I love beds.
Ooh, me too.
I love beds.
Let me just spend more and more time in there,
Oh my
please.
God, I love a pretty bed.
Okay.
So I will add extra pillows to the bed, and I do
You're into
like
the decorative
a
pillows.
well-made bed.
Okay.
Because when at the end of a tired day, getting back into a really good bed that feels like a hotel bed.
Are you one of these people with a zillion pillows on the bed, right?
Talk to my husband.
They're decorative pillows. It's like, who's even
My
coming in
husband goes,
here?
what are we doing with all these pillows? They serve absolutely no purpose. They're pretty, honey. Don't touch my pillows.
No,
Here we go. Look at that.
There you go.
Okay, you're stirring. Hop, 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 hop,
A little faster. Okay.
You cannot be afraid of
Real deal. Here we go.
Oh.
Okay. Whoa.
not be afraid of
Do not be afraid.
those eggs on you.
Wow.
Say when you should be stirring.
Now, do you just put the eggs right into that?
We pour it right in, right?
Really?
Yeah, here we go. We're gonna mix it
We
all in.
certainly can.
Okay. All right.
Here we go, and
so-
Andrea.
Beautiful.
Makes me a little nervous. I'm not very good. At
Very
this stuff.
good. Pour.
Okay.
Pour. Very good.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's looking
Don't
good.
stir it up too much because you
Okay, you're gonna let it settle. Okay, Lorraine, I'm
scrambled eggs,
telling you, I need.
which is also really good.
Jeremy gets a little antsy sometimes in this, so it's good that we have you, a calming presence.
Lorraine, I
Keep
can
us on
tell that
track.
you would really be the goddess in the kitchen. We need to put some of that cheese in.
Yes,
Here we go.
just put cheese on one side.
Oh, just on one side.
I'm just doing it right here. Just one side because we're gonna do the fold over in a minute.
Okay.
I know
No, the fold over.
we're talking
That's-
dinner, Lorraine. Are you big on the dinner too?
I'm really good at dinner.
What do you like to cook for dinner?
Well, I have a signature oxtail.
Ooh.
Oh.
How did you discover that?
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom was a great cook. That's not a 101. That's
Yeah.
advanced.
That's amazing. Okay, yeah. No, that seems like it would be really, really
That's
involved.
advanced
you-
with fresh lima beans. It's
Do you
really good.
flip this?
Now
Oh, yeah.
you kind of jiggle
gotta-
the edges.
yeah, we
Just
gotta
check
kinda-
the edges. Yeah.
Yeah, we got give it a
Little
second.
time.
Yeah.
Nicely
time.
done, Dad.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's something.
That
Time.
fold over is going to be interesting.
Did
The jury's out on
Did you
that.
start learning to cook at a young age?
At a very young
Yeah,
age.
so this
At
is
a
kind of ingrained in you.
But I also love it. I think there are two kinds of people in the world. You either love to cook or you don't. And if you love to do it, it's instinctive.
Lorraine, I'll bet you can guess where I fall on that based on what's happening right
You're doing
now.
very well. I would think that you love to cook.
We're getting very close, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it. Is there any chance that this
Ooh.
flip over happens?
No.
Nope, there isn't.
No.
Let's give it a second.
It also means that if you had a fat
really fat
spatula, a la Martha Stewart, I think that's a fabulous scrambled egg right there.
Thank you very much.
I would
Maybe it is. You could just,
say-
that's the good thing about this, and what I've learned as a dad trick, when it lands and it's not perfect, you just make
You're
something
making it up as you go along. They
And
don't
that's
know
the
the
thing.
difference.
Lucky for us, Lorraine, guess what? We've got a pre-made one there.
Look at that.
That is perfect.
That's gorgeous.
And I whipped that up personally right before
Did
you were
really?
here.
That's
No, I didn't.
beautiful.
But
You
look
see how
at
it's colorful? It's awfully pretty.
the flip over
I
happened.
think we can
Add
try to
some
make the
corn
flip
chips
over.
to this.
Here we go, right?
Look, look at that. You're doing good.
Guys, look at that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here
And
we
if
go.
that fails, you know what you can also do with that?
What's
You
that?
just stick it in the broiler for about 3 minutes without having to flip it anymore, and that'll harden the top.
I didn't expect you to have backup plans, emergency backup
But it's
plans.
good-
I'm a mother.
But if you know
There's
how to
there's
make
a plan,
it
a
work.
backup plan, and a backup to the backup.
It might not be the prettiest, but it does look very tasty.
And it smells amazing.
And ugly food is
amazing.
delicious.
She was so nice about how it didn't turn out.
It tasted good too. After making breakfast, we sat down with her to talk about her new NBC drama, The Village. Watch this. All right, guys, we've just finished an amazing omelet.
It was decent.
Lorraine Sasson. And we're giving that kind of it was a nice effort,
It was
right?
a very good effort.
And
It was beyond an effort.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was good.
It's going to taste really good.
Okay.
All food doesn't have to be pretty.
aesthetics,
Okay,
you know.
there you go. Thank God.
But let's talk about The Village. So very excited about this show. Now, first off, this takes place in an apartment in Brooklyn, and you grew up in Brooklyn. So what was that like, kind of going back and shooting there?
Gosh, I took my daughter back one day while we were shooting, and she was just appalled by the fact that, oh my God, I used to go to the supermarket, and this is where the butcher used to be. And it was wonderful. It's like a coming home. But it's a very different Brooklyn, my goodness. There are bicycles in Brooklyn. We didn't have bicycles when I was growing up in Brooklyn.
No, it's changed a lot over the years.
Oh, yeah,
right?
it has.
And you played this wife of a building super, you're the matriarch, and you know pretty much everybody that kind of comes into play in this show. So what's going to be the most interesting relationships that we should be excited about?
I think, maybe the relationship with Dominic, who is 87 years old. And so my relationship with the oldest member of the community and the youngest member of the community, I think are probably going to be the surprises in terms of relationships for the season.
A little bit of a spoiler alert here. So end of the first episode, we find out your character is diagnosed with cancer.
Yep.
Obviously very upsetting. So how is this going to play into the rest of the season?
Well, you got to watch a woman who's been a chronic caretaker for everyone else in the building, and everyone comes to her with cries and with woes and with joys. I know how to take care of other people. Having other people take care of me, not so much. She is probably going to be extremely resistant.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough time for her when she needs other people the way she's been there for other people.
Yep.
Sticking on the food train here, we heard that you would cook and bring stuff to set for this show. So what was your favorite dish to bring?
I mentioned...
Was it a breakfast omelet?
No. I mentioned oxtails. I had a little dinner party for the cast, and I made a wonderful grilled salmon, a whole grilled salmon, and I made oxtails, and many of the cast members had never had oxtails, and I have some very damaging video of them eating those oxtails and discussing them. But I now know that certainly Darren, who plays the young lover boy on our show, boy, is he a convert. He's now running around the city looking for oxtails.
Wow, I mean, I've never had oxtails.
No, I haven't either.
Wow.
We were telling you.
I'm gonna have to make them.
Yeah,
Hey, let's talk about this. March Women's History Month. You're starring in this upcoming biopic of the feminist icon Gloria Steinem. You play Flo Kennedy in the movie.
Look.
What's important to you about this role? What do you love about kind of embodying that person?
Oh gosh, Flo Kennedy was a real badass. Can you say badass?
Yeah, it's done.
Total badass. She was one of the pillars of the feminist movement and unsung. I didn't even know about her, and she was such a colorful character. I mean, foul-mouthed. I mean, cusses like a sailor. She invented words like pentagonorrhea. That's the way in which the Pentagon spends their money.
Oh, okay. I thought it was super serious.
No, but she was just profane and brilliant, and she was an attorney, and she wore only cowboy hats and boots and belts and at least 5 or 6 necklaces, and she was utterly outrageous. If you didn't want to hear the truth, or you didn't want to be shocked, don't invite Flo to the party. Gloria was played by Julianne Moore, and oh gosh, she's such a lovely actress and so gracious and a hardcore New Yorker.
What would we be surprised to know about Julianne Moore?
How mushy she is.
Wait, what do you mean?
She is cozy and lovable. She's like a squishy toy. She's lovely.
She's so great. She also told us she's not great on social media. She keeps forgetting her password, which I think is hilarious and very relatable.
Yeah, you can catch Lorraine on NBC's The Village, Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
All right, guys, so some breaking news here. In a very shocking twist, all charges have been dropped against Jussie Smollett, stemming from accusations that he lied to police about an alleged early morning hate crime attack against him on a Chicago sidewalk in January. This is according to his attorneys.
Smollett was back in Chicago court on Tuesday for an emergency appearance. Today, all criminal charges against Jussie Smollett were dropped, and his record has been wiped clean of the filing of this tragic complaint against him. It's a statement from attorneys Tina Glandian and Patricia Brown Holmes. That was in a statement they released to the media.
Now, they continue and say he was a victim who was vilified and made to appear as a perpetrator as a result of false and inappropriate remarks made to the public, causing an inappropriate rush to judgment.
Smollett earlier had pleaded not guilty to allegations that he lied to police when he said that he was attacked by 2 men in what authorities later claimed was a staged incident to draw attention to himself. Smollett was arrested and charged on February 20th, about 3 weeks after the alleged incident initially portrayed as a hate crime occurred. He's currently out on a $100,000 bail. Now, Smollett later was indicted on 16 counts of disorderly conduct for making false reports.
Now, according to police reports, 2 brothers hired by Smollett helped orchestrate the fake attack, later working with detectives to build a case against Smollett. He pled not guilty on March 14th in a Chicago courtroom on on charges he lied to police when reporting a hate crime earlier this year.
Smollett and his legal team have denied these allegations that he had anything to do with the assault. They said, quote, Jussie adamantly maintains his innocence even if law enforcement has robbed him of that presumption. His attorney, Mark Garagos, said in a statement released to People after those indictments were announced, that was his quote. By the way, Garagos is an alleged unindicted co-conspirator in that Avenatti case, to kind of tie it all together.
Yeah, so a lot going on. I mean, this is a very shocking twist no matter what. It's just breaking now. There's updates as we speak right now, so we'll keep you posted on everything that goes down with that.
Check it out on people.com. Coming up tomorrow, we're sitting down with Kathy Lee Gifford talking about her decision to leave today, her current relationship with Matt Lauer, discussing that and so much more.
Plus, we'll be joined by Expedition Unknown host Josh Gates. He's got a super exciting live special coming up. You don't want to miss that. We've got one word for you, mummies. Can't wait to hear more about it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.